playground wall,
smacks his hands against the bricks, and other boredom-beating tricks.
He traces patterns with his feet,
scuffs to make the tarmac squeak.
Back against the wall he stays, and never plays.
I'm chasing the wonder, I unravel myself, all in slow motion.
Manipulated young generation has bad impacts on this country's economy, workers and people. Without this industry, as well as dairy, many would be left jobless and this country would face many economic hardships. We absolutely have to work together to fight this impending doom and to protect this country's wealth, pride and successful economy. If people want to eat meat, they can eat meat. We have a choice, we have free will. We are at the top of the food chain. We fought to be here. We've been eating meat for thousands of years. Why stop now? And all this talk about climate change. Climate change is not real. It's just what the media want you to think. They are brainwashing you. Trust me. This so-called evidence is all fake. Models are unreliable. Temperature records are unreliable. How do we know that this small, temporary rise in temperature hasn't happened before? This harmful and also forceful and unhealthy trend has to be stopped, and we have to work together for our country's freedom and benefit.
As you all may know, there have been some conspiracies going around about car emissions destroying our planet. However, this is fake news and should not be taken seriously. Furthermore, electric cars are so much more expensive. Why would we want to waste valuable money on things we do not need? Electric cars are probably more damaging to the environment because of all the materials needed to make it. How many of you came here by car today? Well, that proves my point. If all of you were here to stop climate change, none of you would have come here by car. Let me finish this off by saying, climate change is not real, and these people are continuing to brainwash you, and that is not okay.
Do you value an education? Do you want your children to learn how to read and write? Yes, you do. And I know this, because that is what the polls say. And as we know, polls are always correct. We need toilet paper, books, newspapers, all of this is used from trees. Deforestation is not the issue. It is the selfishness of the human race. You and I both know. I'm a people person. I hear all of you. I hear complaints, I hear doubts, I hear some genuine issues, but amongst this I hear harmful speculation that is causing an unprecedented amount of disturbance among our population. I'm referring, of course, to fossil fuels and them running out. This is most certainly not the case.
How can we believe this is true?
I'm sure you're a sensible person, so surely if they were running out, they would be so expensive and hard to obtain, they would practically
practically be a luxury.
Luxury.
And I'm sure you'll agree that when I think of petrol or coal and so on, luxury is not the word that springs to mind.
You cannot deny that fossil fuels are harmful to the planet. What is your stance on this?
The climate change issue. Well, I do not feel that that is something I need to address. I do not listen to what-ifs. But I will give you this. If I ban fossil fuels, what will fuel the car that takes you to work? And will you be able to pay for a brand new electric car if you cannot get to work to get the money? And if nobody goes to work, that will cause a global shutdown, which, as I'm sure you'll agree, is a much bigger issue.
Do you know how big the ocean is? 60 million square miles. So a bit of oil or some plastic is not going to harm anyone or anything in any way. Would you really want to pay for an electric car? Of course not, because oil is way cheaper. You can run your car with oil. On the topic of costs, plastics are also much more efficient and cheaper. Did you know that 80% of your household is made up of plastic? The ocean is so big and vast that plastic and oil isn't going to pollute it or destroy it. I promise you. I can assure you that climate change is a joke and we have no evidence or proof to prove otherwise.
This is absolutely...
It's a joke.
Why would you drive your car and actually it's so it's not taking people to come to work and it's a serious matter for people to get up and waste their time. And frankly, it's absurd. I assure you, climate change is not an issue.
We pass him by and never speak. His loneliness is his shell and shield,
And neither he
nor we will yield.
I live in a slum area. Millions of people packed into tiny tin houses. I go into the city to work every day, but the pollution is getting so bad that I can't breathe.
I'm a farmer on the west coast of the Saharan Desert. We haven't had good rainfall in 7 years. I'm a conservationist in the Amazon rainforest. I've seen the effects that deforestation has had on the biodiversity.
I'm from Brazil, and I have to walk miles just to get clean, fresh water that I have to pay for.
Every year we get floods, but this year was the worst of all of them. Thousands of people died in my area alone. We fled, and now we're in a refugee camp. Everyone is suffering. My little brother, his asthma's so bad, we need to pay for him to get oxygen. But I don't know for how long we'll be able to do that.
My whole village, my whole family, we've been forced to abandon our old lives and been forced to move up north to Europe. Judging by the data that I've collected over the past 2 years, the amount of biodiversity has decreased dramatically. We can't go on like this much longer.
How does the government expect all of the families to pay for the water? And I can only carry 4 litres. That's not even enough for 24 hours.
My whole family is gone, dead in the floods. And while we sit here, slowly dying, waiting for someone to save us, all they do is argue about who cleans up the mess that they all caused. These people in power think they know what they're doing, but the truth is, they don't. Every single person that I love is now gone, and it's because of them. And I didn't even get one chance to make things right.
We have no skills. We have no way of living in this new life. We have no money. I can't buy another farm and use the experience I already have to provide and feed my family. I can't provide anything for my family. What kind of mother am I?
The rainforest is now a wasteland. The animals and the trees and the plants are all gone. But the men haven't stopped coming. The bulldozers keep driving in.
And yet, they haven't given us an answer. The government haven't given us an answer to why we have to pay. Everyone is dying of dehydration, and water's a necessity. You need it for everyday life.
Climate change is a joke.
You're all sensible people.
They are brainwashing you people.
Trust me. You're all
Deforestation is not an issue.
You're all sensible.
Climate change is
You're all
a
sensible.
joke. Climate change
You're all
is not a
sensible.
joke. Climate change is not a joke.
You're all
Climate
sensible.
change is
I
not
can't
a joke.
provide food for my
You're all
family.
sensible.
I can't afford it.
Deforestation is not a joke. It's not a
Deforestation.
The mess they cause by nothing. You're all sensible. There's nothing but the mess they will cause. There's nothing the mess they will cause. The mess they will cause. The mess they let cause.
Climate change is a joke.
You're a joke.
He wasn't there at the wall today. Someone said he moved away.
To another school or another place.
And up against where he used to lean.
Someone had chalked.
Watch this space.